So we cannot say that whatever the data also we are getting, it can
आप
be a
अगर बांध से पानी छोड़ के एक बड़ा सा
also
फ्लड ला दें,
mentioned that water can be used as a weaponization.
You're watching Network Generation. NetGen.
As a weapon through indirect sources. So in the past, also like from the 1950s onwards, I would say, when the Mao was the leader of China at that point of a time, and since after the cultural revolution of China, they initiated this. They got to know that हमारी population बहुत ज़्यादा होने वाली है country में, and we are going to have a lot of problem. सो ये प्रॉब्लम उस टाइम पे भी एग्जिस्ट कर रही थी और उस टाइम पे उनके लीडर्स को समझ आ गई थी. सो दैट पॉइंट ऑफ अ टाइम ओनली दे डिसाइडेड माओ ओनली डिसाइडेड दैट दे विल ट्राई टू फॉर्मुलेट लॉट ऑफ डैम्स ऑन चाइना itself. एंड उसका ये काफी ज्यादा एडवांटेज उठा पाएंगे. एंड स्मॉल डैम्स के बाद यहाँ पे कहानी खत्म नहीं हो जाती है. दे स्टार्टेड कंस्ट्रक्टिंग ऑन एडवांसिंग देयर डैमिंग फैसिलिटीज विद टू गॉर्जेस डैम, थ्री गॉर्जेस डैम, जिसको हम ट्रिपल आई डैम भी बोलते हैं. नाउ दे आर इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग सुपर डैम. सो यू कैन वेल इमेजिन कि किस तरीके से चीजें हो रही हैं. ठीक है. इन केस ऑफ ब्रह्मपुत्र जो इंडिया में आती है, जिसको हम यारलांग सांगपू भी बोलते हैं चाइना में. ओके. तो यहाँ पे मेजरली जो रिवर्स के ऊपर जो डैम बनाया जाता है, जो ग्रेट बेंड है विच इज टुवर्ड्स द अरुणाचल प्रदेश, वहां से ग्रेट बेंड से होते हुए अरुणाचल प्रदेश में दिस रिवर कम्स यारलंग सांगपो एंड इट्स नेम गेट्स चेंज. और ब्रह्मपुत्र का इतनी बड़ी स्पेशलाइजेशन है कि लाइक इट इज इसका जो वृत्त है, लाइक इट्स अबाउट 20 किलोमीटर वृत्त. और इसको तो ये इतनी मतलब डीप ट्रेंच्ड है, मतलब इट इज नॉट नॉन नेविगेबल रिवर. सो यू कैन वेल इमेजिन कि कितनी हाई स्पीड से वाटर आता होगा ऊपर से और किस तरीके से बेंड होके हमारी कंट्री में आता है. देन अरुणाचल से फिर असम में, फिर असम से बांग्लादेश में, फिर बांग्लादेश से फाइनली बे ऑफ बंगाल में सबमर्ज हो जाए. तो अब आप ये सारी चीजें इंडिया के कंटेक्स्ट में तो देख रहे हैं, लेकिन ब्रह्मपुत्र पे जो मेजरली जो डैम्स आ जाते हैं, वहां पे 3 डैम्स की मैं बात करूंगा. ओके. वहां पे जो ब्रह्मपुत्र पे मेन जो इंडिया के कंटेक्स्ट में पहले मैं बात करना चाहता हूँ, वहां पे हमारा इन्होंने कंस्ट्रक्ट करा है विद प्रॉक्सिमिटी ऑफ 24 किलोमीटर्स ईच बिटवीन द 3 डैम्स. वहां पे मेजर डैम्स आ जाते हैं जांगबो डैम, फिर देन उसके बाद आपका आता है डागू डागू डैम आता है, फिर ग्यात्सा डैम आता है. सो इन तीनों डैम्स की डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्पेशलिटीज हैं विच आर कंस्ट्रक्टेड ऑन द ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर. ओके. जो यहाँ पे जांगबू डैम है, बेसिकली इसकी स्पेशलाइजेशन इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि ये तिब्बत का जो भी पानी है इसको री री लोकेट करके चाइना में वापस लेके जा रहा है, डाइवर्जन ऑफ वाटर का काम करता है. सो इसकी ये स्पेशलाइजेशन है. सिमिलरली जो डागू डैम है, इसकी स्पेशलाइजेशन ये है कि दैट इसके इसके पास डबल एंड्स है, लाइक बोथ डबल वे से पानी भी आ सकता है, डबल वे से पानी भी जा सकता है, बोथ एंड्स. लाइक इसका इतना स्पेशलाइजेशन है. एंड देन सिमिलरली जो हमारा ग्यात्सा डैम है, सिमिलरली इसकी भी बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज यहाँ पे इसके साथ में बहुत स्मॉल स्मॉल लेक्स और ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ इट. सो जो इसको इंपॉर्टेंट एक डैम बना देता है. सो बट या now coming to the part of Southeast Asian countries like Mekong जो region आ जाता है, Mekong के context में China has constructed different types of dams, approximately 8 to 10 dams I would say till now. Okay. जिसका course of direction अलग रहता है, वो ब्रह्मपुत्र से connected नहीं है, वो एक अलग course of point of connection है which connects to the Southeast Asian countries के लिए, जो कि बिल्कुल systematically map में if you'll see the of Southeast Asian countries map, they are some towards the eastern side of the map. So उसके लिए China has some different plans and some approximately 8 to 9 dams are constructed in a way so that they can control the water. And controlling of water happens when they are not releasing the water in a very subsequent way. It leads to the drought situation also there. और अगर वो immediately they are opening up the dams, then it leads to the flash floods also in the countries. Okay. But yeah, in the South Asian context and Southeast Asian context, I feel China has tried to maintain that decorum decorum of not that we will be liberalizing Southeast countries more, or we will be dealing more balancing way South Asian countries. No, it's just the same thing only. It just depends on the needs of the country, how China wants to deal it. Like in the monsoon season, they will try to block the water, but monsoon ke alawa agar at times we have seen the reports that monsoon के time में they release the water and release करके वो छोड़ देंगे, and then it will always blame that the natural calamities की वजह से you have got a flash floods, but they will also release the water. So in a way, both in both the context of South Asia or Southeast Asian countries, their stance is just the equal, because they do not formulate any kind of a international water treaty or part of any of the regional forums. Like Mekong के केस में Mekong River Commission है, जिसमें सारी कंट्रीज जैसे लाओस, कंबोडिया, वियतनाम, ये सारी कंट्रीज दे आर अ पार्ट ऑफ मेकोंग रिवर कमीशन. सो इसमें चाइना का हैज नथिंग टू डू विद इट whether they form a regional forum or not. China is doing what they want to do. They are unilaterally deciding what exactly needs to be done, sitting on the top of the hill. So that's the stance, I would say.
And this has to be attributed to the fact that we do not have a diplomatic tool to bring them to some kind of a treaty. So they are doing what they want to do. आपने like the start of the discussion, you just said that one China policy पे हमने जो agreement कर लिया और टिबेट को बोल दिया कि it's an inalienable part of China. So ये एक blunder थी historic. तो 1904 में British governor थे Curzon, invaded Tibet. Maybe the British understood the value more than we do right now, even today. You just said that the Chinese behave in a similar way with all lower riparian states, be it South Asia or Southeast Asia. I want to bring your attention back to India in this context. We have seen lately that there are floods in the northeast, in Assam specifically, and some parts of Bengal, and that can be attributed to this, monsoons and the heavy release of water from the upper riparian state here, right? What have we done, like in our case, what have we done to, secure our states, the agricultural produce, livestock, and everything from such kind of an, unexpected flood, let me say?
So in that case, I feel that in context of India, we have done a lot of things till now after lot of these incidents, because ये जितने भी incidents है, we have always tried to connect कि what is the things which are behind these flash floods which are coming to the states of Assam also, in case we have seen, then in the Punjab, Satluj की वजह से we have seen it in Himachal, Uttarakhand also. Okay, so we have always tried to connect the dots. कि where are we going wrong? Why these flash floods are coming? Or recently, if you remember, Sikkim also had a kind of a glacier outlet. So in that case also, we have also tried to connect it with the Chinese. वहाँ पे we were not data monitoring की बात जब आ जाती है, so उसमें it becomes very important, because similarly वहाँ पे जो dam था, it got destroyed सिक्किम में. So because of that, we need to monitor the data continuously. And since if you are not getting the data, real-time data, these things can happen very often. Like in the future also it can happen. So similarly, it has actually devastated a lot of economical things, because large number of agriculture activities, farmers, fishermen, or like the local people also, they depend on these water bodies. And जब floods आ जाते हैं, similarly, it's not about even about the country called India. In the China itself, when they started constructing a lot of dams, their own population got devastated due to construction of dams. I remember in 1990s, approximately 230,000 people got died because उनका movement हो रहा था because of construction of dams. So you can well imagine their own country has got a lot of dams, and they have got a lot of people died because of that. Migration happened. But in a way, when we talk about India की इतनी ज्यादा population बढ़ रही है, We have already surpassed China in terms of population. So we have formulated a lot of mechanisms which are right now in place, and we are formulating. Like first case I want to highlight here with the use of AI. AI becomes a very important tool here because see, with the help of AI, we are trying to formulate a lot of new technologies with the good institutions, IIT. We are formulating a lot of collaboration so that we can we should not be dependent on other countries for the real time data. So I remember we are even having resilient crops. We are formulating high yield, which are very much important in case of these natural calamities. Okay, and apart from that, we are educating local communities, the NGOs, think tanks are also playing a lot of important part in this. So I feel India has achieved, and India की schemes जो हैं अलग से I would say water conservation के terms में, like natural calamities से overcome करने के लिए तो है ही, लेकिन like in other ways also, if you want to save water, India has formulated a large number of schemes which are right now in place, and people have got benefited. Like the first one, Jal Jeevan Mission, which is very much important, and our target is that we are going to cover many rural areas by end of this year in 2024, because इसका target area यही set किया गया था. Secondly, उसके बाद हमारा आ जाता है प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना. It's very important. Then there was a water conservation scheme, catch the rain where it falls when it falls. This was a very important slogan which came in India. And whenever the water is coming in the form of rain, we are trying to save it in a form of creating a lot of check dams, water reservoirs create kar rahe hain. With the help of AI, we are recharging the groundwater because it has been depleted many times. So a lot of things which we need to see, and India has achieved many things, and still there is a long way to go. I feel in a coming time in 2047, when India would achieve the 5 trillion economy, so I feel many things would be changed in that stance, and it would be equally important for other lower riparian countries which are from India.
Right, rightly said. And मुझे सिर्फ इसमें ये चीज़ पता चलती है कि डेटा की कितनी अहमियत है. अगर डेटा होती तो उस समय हमें पता चलता कि ये फ्लैश फ्लड्स को कंटेन करना है, डैम शायद खोल देते सिक्किम में, और ये ना होता जो हुआ. एनीवेज, हाइंडसाइट इज ऑलवेज 2020. एंड हमारे पास फिलहाल एक चीज़ तो है कि वी हैव बीन एबल टू पुश अ लॉट ऑफ अर्थ ऑब्जर्वेटरी सैटेलाइट्स. And I wish that these satellites are, the data are integrated to the system of hydrosecurity. And lately, India has realized the fact that security in the non-traditional realm has become more important than ever. कंक्लूड करने से पहले मैं आपको एक गेम थ्योरी हम लोग करते हैं, तो हम एक गेम करते हैं. क्यों ना हम जो साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज हैं बॉर्डरिंग चाइना, एंड वी हैव द बिमस्टेक हियर. Most of them are affected by the Chinese rivers. क्यों ना हम लोग मिलके, and we have the US also right now, who is like taking very much interest into the region. थोड़ा सा भी डाइवर्ट हुआ है उस तरफ, but main larger interest तो यही है. तो क्यों ना हम लोग एक इंटरनेशनल ट्रीटी की कोशिश करें. क्या ये सक्सेसफुल हो सकती है? आपका क्या विचार है?
जैसे like you mentioned about the US role. So I feel US has a larger role here, because the US, any research which will be done in India, or in particularly in context of South Asia, it will largely impact the US policymakers, because US policymakers wants to keep an eye on South Asia because they want to create a balance or the peace situation in South Asia. Okay, so any research would be very much influential to US. So US has always supported India or any South Asian country in any kind of a research or any kind of a things which are very much very essential for creating that kind of a peace in South Asia. So I feel US has a large role, and international forum or in a treaty. I feel if a good number of countries like USA, France, or the countries which are very have a the countries who can set a good example, success stories like the Israel, they have a very good water technological things, with them. So they are very technological driven people. So their success stories can be implemented. They can we have already taken a lot of technological tools from them, which we have already applied in the agriculture, and we have succeeded in that. So in a way, we need to bring out a lot of countries like Denmark, Finland. These countries are very good in technological way, and they are very good in water security area. So I feel these countries can come together, taking up India or South Asian countries together. They can form a organization where, in case of any kind of a calamity or any kind of a need, they can collaborate with either each other, or they can formulate any kind of a help to each other in any bad times, I would say.
Right. Just before concluding, I would say a very interesting thing. What a world we are living in. There's a horrible flood in Dubai, and there is water scarcity in Bangalore. So, yes, the world is changing. Neeraj ji, thank you for coming, and it was lovely. You have enlightened me, and I hope our audience, gets enlightened too. And we'll hope to catch up again on some other issue. Thank you so much. This is Arnav, your host, signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much.